Good afternoon, Raider Nation. My name is Brent Johnson, and on behalf of BCTV Production, a portion of the Engineering and Technology Department at Bacon County High School, I want to welcome you to Lady Raider Softball this afternoon, along with me, Mr. Johnny Bryant, who is here helping to produce the show for me, a student, TSA, Technology Student Association. I couldn't get it out there, Johnny. I want to thank him for being here after school in his own time, volunteering to be a part of this broadcast. And the Lady Raiders are going to be hosting the Metter Lady Tigers. This is the second region matchup on this young schedule for the Lady Raiders. We are 0-1, unfortunately. We went over to Jeff Davis on Tuesday, and we're defeated 2-1. Very, very highly contested game. Both teams pretty solid. A few errors, I think, is what made the difference in the game. Both pitchers pitched pretty well, especially Sadie Adams for us definitely pitched well enough to win, just unable to get the runs that we needed to back that up. But we're going to see if we can get off to a little better start today with a big region win over Metter. First of all, without going any further, I want to talk about our sponsors just a moment. I want to really thank specifically three today for being a title sponsor for the 2017-18 athletic school year, and that is Andy Cawthon Auto Sales. That's and I'll spend some more time individually talking about these businesses as the game progresses. Family Vision Care and Coley Electric of Alma. I want to thank them so very much for being a part of our broadcast all season long. And we're going to take a real quick break, and we'll be back following the lineups that you'll probably hear me say. I'm going to be announcing them on the field today. Once again, good afternoon. If you're just joining us for the 6 o'clock start time, we'll be just a couple minutes ahead of time. As we have been live for a few minutes, I apologize. I was hoping to get the lineups and the national anthem on for you, but was having some difficulty with the microphone up here, getting a little feedback with my equipment on at the same time. But again, if you are just joining us, my name is Brent Johnson. I'm an instructor at Bacon County High School in the Engineering and Technology Department, and through that department and my Technology Student Association, we bring to you BCTV Productions, and we broadcast live on the NFHS network powered by Play On Sports. I'm here along with Mr. Johnny Bryant, sophomore at Bacon County High School. Johnny had the opportunity last year as a freshman to get a lot of good experience producing, and one of my best videographers that I have. I'm training some new guys as well as this early athletic season gets started. As you saw just a moment ago, if you were with us, the commercial or the little slates that we brought in front of you there, acknowledging the huge support of several businesses, and they're with us throughout the season. You're going to see that all year long as they have sponsored our athletic season, the 17 and 18 school year. That being in no particular order: Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales, Family Vision Care, and Coley Electric of Alma. As well, I wanted to acknowledge Mr. Chris Wilcox for providing on our away games. He provides us the broadband internet access that gives us that smooth connection at home for you guys. All right, we're about to get things started here as the Lady Raiders are hosting the Lady Tigers from Metter, Georgia. They say everything's better in Metter, but I hope it's not the softball today. But up to bat for the Lady Tigers is Blizzard. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Smith on deck, and Spivey's in the hole. On the mound for the Raiders is Skylar Clement. I'll go around the horn in just a moment. Ashley Durrance at first. Taz at second. Swing and a miss for strike one. Aniston Johnson at short. AJ and Brianna Booth at third. Sadie Adams in left. Zoe Hodges in center. And Miss Strozier in right field. Cameo Snell will be our flex, and she will bat in the lineup. This ball is lifted to, oh no, sort of a no man's land there. I can't call that a seeing eye single because it should have been caught. These are some things that I know these girls played in the summertime, but when the regular season comes around, you still have to come together, for lack of a better term. There was just a communication issue there on the field, and I will say this, and understandably, again, it's unfortunate that that ball hit the dirt. So she's going to be running. Throw is a little bit off. So we're going to see some pressure early by the Lady Tigers. Last year, the Raiders defeated this team handily, 10-1 and 8-0. However, both teams, I'm sure, are different. My understanding is they have a pretty good pitcher that's going to come to the mound for them. They got a couple girls that can hit. I'm sure this is the ones right here at the top of their lineup that can do so. Swing and a miss on the changeup. This is Smith with Spivey on deck and Crooms in the hole. If there's anyone out there joining us from Metter, thank you. As always, anyone joining us from nearby that knows me, can text me or message me through Facebook. Please do. I always like to hear from you to tell me that everything's nice and smooth. Strikeout, first strikeout for the game for Miss Clement. Let me know how we sound and what the picture looks like. Again, we're not in high definition. I have the capability. I had some difficulties last year when we were doing the high-definition broadcast. Some of this ball has popped up. It should be playable for Ashley. I mean, the coach just didn't do a very good job of getting out of the way. I mean, that was almost interference. And the umpire is warning her almost. And I didn't move the camera, but I'm almost shocked that he didn't call her out because of it. I mean, that was no effort whatsoever by the first base coach, which is Metter, to really get out of the way. That's 2 outs that we should have already this inning. Foul ball nonetheless. But this young lady gets a second chance is the problem. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Ball inside. Maybe the Lady Raiders can get out of this with unscathed. Again, our fault the first time, but that time right there, Ashley was no doubt distracted by the coach that just didn't move. I think she took a half a step up, but she really should have made an effort just to move out of the way. And that's enough of that. This ball's going to be chopped up the middle for a base hit. Young lady is going to score from second. So there you go, a sure out to an RBI single. But you got to let it go as a team and a coaching staff. And I don't know the rule on that, and I'll definitely have to hush because of that. I don't know what is required of the coach, if anything. I do know that the umpire did step over and basically said, why didn't you move? And he motioned his arm like she should have gotten out of the way. Ball low. This is Crooms. In that 4 spot, Para on deck, Gibson in the hole. This ball is hit sharply to the shortstop. Going to get sure out at second. Trying for the double, and we get it to end the inning. What a great play. Pitcher's best friend, whether it's baseball or softball, ends the inning. I got to think the Lady Raiders, I would use that as some frustration and take it out on with our bats right here, especially Ashley. I know they're frustrated. I guarantee you Coach Poff right now is telling them, hey, and she's probably upset about the error, but that last play, it wouldn't surprise me if she isn't firing them up because of it, doing some high fives out there, getting them fired up, ready to go. We're headed to the bottom of the first inning, and I want to just stay right here with you a moment and talk to you about one of our sponsors, and that's Family Vision Care. That's Dr. Blake Hutto, and his associates they do just a fine job up there. They're I have to say that he is my doctor up there as well, and I'm so proud that they're sponsoring BCTV because they know what. Hopefully the quality service we provide. Naturally, they're a business and they want to get their name out there. But I just wouldn't ask folks that I didn't think that was supportive of our community, and just do a great job with what they do, and that's continually supportive. But if you have an opportunity, go by and see them. See their beautiful office that they've been in for about 6-8 months now. And, Blake's just carrying on a tradition, sort of a family tradition, not necessarily his. He's kind of maybe starting his own tradition up there as the Dr. McQuiggs have been you're familiar with that name over the years in Bacon County with Family Vision Care. And just so thankful that we're able to work together with them as we try to accomplish the things we want to as a broadcasting and as my educational program, as well as provide them a service as well. But one unique thing I wanted to tell you folks out there on Monday, the day of the eclipse, if you for some reason have had your head in the sand, you don't know that we're going to experience a lunar eclipse. Now in Alma it won't be a total eclipse here. It'll be about 93% covered as the moon comes in front of the sun. It will be between the Earth and the sun, approximately between the hours of 1:30 and 4:30 Monday afternoon. You can go to Dr. Hutto's office and first come, first serve. He's going to have some lunar glasses there for you to be able to safely view, and you can actually go behind the field and kind of camp out there if you'd like. Bring a chair, blanket, and swing and a foul ball by Taz, number 22, as she leads off this game. And view the solar eclipse on Monday. Again, you might want to get there early to make sure you get us a pair of glasses. This ball's hit sharply down the left field line. Whitley is up. Hodges on deck, who normally leads off. Just trying something a little different this lineup with Booth in the hole. Whitley has played for the Raiders for the last 3 or 4, 5 years, I'm assuming. She had to move away last semester. I don't understand the whole situation other than maybe with her dad's job. This ball is hit deep to left field. See you later. Home run. Now, Taz is 2 for 2 at home games that she has played in with home runs. Actually, she's 2 for 2. She hit a grand slam. Her very first game back, when I say back, because she did move back over the summer, and she was able to practice one day, play Coffee. We only played 2 innings with Coffee, but the second inning she hits a grand slam. So, unfortunately, it don't count on the books, but it was big time for her confidence. The Lady Raiders traveled last week to Swainsboro on Thursday, and Taz smokes one along with AJ and Booth. All 3 hit home runs last week. Booth had a home run Tuesday versus Jeff Davis. So we're excited to see what this team, the top 4 in this lineup they can hit it a country mile at any given time. I said all season last year that top to bottom, 1 through 9 in the Lady Raiders lineup, offensively was I think was the best team that I have videoed and we had broadcasted in the 7 years we've been doing this. But this year we may have the most potent offense when it comes to 3 or 4 or 5 players in the lineup. Here's Zoe Hodges. Raiders tie that game up quickly 1-1 with a big home run by Taz. This ball is fouled off to the right. The Lady Raiders definitely want a victory here. Going down 0-2 in region play in any region, much less ours, is not something you want to do. You want to try to stay on top of everybody at least the first half of the season and then kind of see how things pan out. We no longer have a region tournament, so however the standings are at the end of the regular season, that's what you're going to get. So you want to win as many, if not all, of your region games, and we are down 0-1. This ball's hit sharply to third. She's going to fire over to first for the out. Is she going to be able to continue to play? That is unbelievable. That sounds like something we might do. All right, so we got to take it off the board? All right, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Porter off. All right. All right, folks, I apologize for that. I got a phone call to give me some clarification. We've got something that's unfortunate that has happened. We're going to have to take the run off the board for the Lady Raiders. The home run that Taz hit is not going to count. They're going to call her out because on the lineup that they gave me, she was listed as number 9. Excuse me. She was listed as, let me clarify, number 9, which is her normal number. However, she's wearing the number 22 white jersey. These are brand new jerseys. The fact that she was wearing the wrong number makes her out as she come and took her at bat. So that's unfortunate. That's an error that could happen to the best of us, even us basketball coaches at any level. But anyway, it's unfortunate. That's just a number issue there. That, if it happens in basketball, I know that the other team gets to shoot some free throws. There's a technical foul. But in this case, she was counted out, so the home run did not count. It is 1-0. And I'm going to see if I can help the scorekeeper fix that. Just outside. All right, in the meantime, let's kind of gather ourselves here. We do have a runner at first base. That is Booth. Aniston Johnson at the plate. Big bat here. We could get that run back +1 with her. She hit a grand slam in the very first game of the season, which technically doesn't count either because it was a scrimmage game against Brunswick. Swing and a miss. We may not can figure out how to do it on the score. We might just leave it until we actually score another one. We're going to have some help up here. This score, I'm accustomed to one at the football field. This ball is going to be fouled. Could still remain in play, and it does, and that is the third out of the inning. Again, because of Taz being called out. We're all going to take a quick break, kind of figure everything out here, gather ourselves, and we'll be back in just a moment on the NFHS Network. All right, we're back here live at Lady Raider Field. Again, let me clarify. Had to take the home run off the board because the player had the wrong jersey number that was announced, or that was on, not announced, but it doesn't matter if I'd announced it or not. The fact that it's on the scorecard or the lineup sheet. She was listed as number 9. They got some new jerseys. She's wearing 22. So we're trailing 1-0 as we go to the top half of the second inning. Just unfortunate thing that could happen to anybody, and we're going to move forward. We already had a couple other misfortunes in the top of the first inning, had an error, and then had an issue with the Metter coach that wouldn't seemingly move and give our first baseman an opportunity to make a play outside of the baseline there. But here we go. Got some discussion here, as you can tell. Coach and ref. Hopefully we'll get this game in without any delays. Appreciate that, Ray Taylor. Shout out from him. He's one of my longtime subscribers and viewers of BCTV broadcasting. Says my picture looks good, and he even threw in there that it's a better camera angle than the other day. And definitely so. It was pretty much my only option over in Jeff Davis. Trust me, this ball's foul. I depend on my camera shots to be really good to overshadow and compensate for the commentating. So overall, I'm not sure how it was the other day with that poor camera angle. All right, at the plate now for the Metter Tigers. Let's see if I can't get back going here. Number 9 is Para. On deck is Gibson. Just outside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, early in this game, but a lot of stuff's going on. Not going to talk about it anymore. You'll have to watch it on demand to see what I mean. Decent crowd. More folks will be coming in, I would assume, just a little bit. This ball is hit hard to left field, and it's a home run. Wow. Home run by Para. They all look a little surprised, so I'm not sure if she's accustomed to hitting home runs or not, but nonetheless, she certainly did. 2-0 Lady Raiders trail. No outs. Retrieving some additional balls for the umpire. Again, Clement on the mound. Trying to wind up the second full week of school. Bacon County School District. Just inside and low, I guess. No football tomorrow night for the Red Raiders. We're off. However, high school football is kicking off this weekend with the Corky Kell Classic up in Atlanta with multiple teams and other teams around the state. I think the only team in our region that is playing this weekend is Toombs County. I think they're playing East Lawrence. I'm sure our coaches will be headed to that, scouted out. Next week, the Lady Raiders will host 2 games. Another good-looking pitch just off the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Ball low, gets away from the catcher. Runner will advance. No balls, 1 strike. No outs. Runner at second. This ball is going to be lifted into left field. It's caught. Chance to tag up. Great play there for that opportunity. Runner gets back in time. I wasn't so sure that the left fielder was going to get to it, but Sadie, I forgot she was out there. She's very fast. Again, pitched a whale of a game on Tuesday. Just a sophomore. One out now. Ball is hit to Booth. She's going to look the runner back. She's going to fire to first for the sure out. Another great defensive play. We really do have some pretty good defenders, I believe. We had a little miscommunication earlier, and that's due to some, again, that kind of stuff happens on occasion. But overall, we're going to be pretty solid on defense. I think for the Red Raiders, it's just every year is who's going to be our number one pitcher, who's going to be our dominant pitcher, and what type of consistency are going to have at the pitching position. I see so many times, because we've gone to Columbus so many years, to the final, to the Elite Eight in the state playoffs, and this ball is popped straight up, and the catcher makes the play behind the plate for the third out. Man, that's huge. Anytime you can get a cheap one like that away defensively is pretty awesome. We're going to pay our respect to our sponsors. We're going to run a little ad here, and I'll be back in just a moment on the NFHS Network. All right, here we go in the bottom of the second inning. Lady Raiders trail 2-0. I don't know if I've mentioned, I didn't go around the horn for the Lady Tigers, but on the mound is Maddie Spivey. Just outside. Oh, he calls strike. I was to say, he's got an awful tight strike zone. That was actually a pretty good pitch. This is Ashley Durrance again at the plate for the Lady Raiders. This ball is hit out of play. Another one fouled off as she fights it off as another inside pitch. I was talking earlier, and I may get interrupted again here, hopefully by another home run, but it's after this pitch. Ball's inside 2. That's probably ball 4 or ball 3. That really jammed her there. She's going to have to walk it off just a second. But we have the capability to broadcast in 1080, high definition. However, at home, it seems I got some complaints by some lag and what it requires is a really good internet connection at home for you to be able to. Man, it's a great picture, especially when you throw it up on the big screen. It's like watching it on normal sporting events on television. We may try another one or two as we move forward, but we'll just see. Oh, and she moves out of the way. I know that's your natural reaction to get out of the way. And that was a kind of a fastball. Might not have wanted that to hit you on the calf, but She fights back. 3-2 the count now. And she has worked her inside. That was ball 4. I mean, she's working and working her inside. There's no way she's going to be able to put that ball in play, especially where she's standing on the plate. Got a little rain shower in between the JV. JV won 5-0, I believe was the final score. Oh, and that one hits her. Ashley didn't act like it hit her, but the umpire was convinced. Maybe he was tired of her throwing that far inside. That was the second ball that was thrown behind her. Nonetheless, Ashley is on base with no outs. Let's bring Skylar Clements to the plate, and hopefully she'll have an opportunity to help herself here, as she is the pitcher of record. I'm sorry. My trusty producer here just corrected me. I was way off, folks. It was 9-0. Our JV defeated their JV. Another inside pitch. You know, them are easily seen, but all these pitches are balls inside. Got a big tailgate club out there. That's where all the fans are. I just noticed them actually behind the sign back there. I'll zoom in and give them a shout out to the high schoolers in the outfield. And this ball that was one to lay into. It was right over the plate. Quickly 0-2 now. Runner at first, no outs. This ball is going to be hit to the third baseman. She makes the catch. Again, another inside pitch. That's going to bring Atlanta Johnson to the plate. A name I haven't called in recent games. Strozier on deck. And she drops a perfect bunt, and it rolls just foul. I mean just foul. That ball was way inside, too, because a lot of times that's what you'll do when the batter squares the bunt. Oh, 2, 1 out, 1 on. Down 2-0. Early, though, bottom of the second. Another inside pitch. Held off for a ball. I know you got to be, you got to tighten it up a little with 2 strikes, but she's been coming extremely inside. And that ball hits her. I'm telling you, I think I'd just sit there and I'd make her throw me a couple pitches in a row. Don't foul them off. Open up the window now. It's cooled off just a little bit. I got a warning on my phone that there may be a short rain shower here soon, but we'll just see. There was a short shower between the 2 games. We do have a weather system here set up at the high school that will let us know if there's lightning within the area, and it will give us a warning in which we'll all hear that we have to exit the field until there's an all clear. Another attempted bunt by Strozier. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Sadie Adams on deck. And she will be hitting for our catcher, Snell. This ball is going to be hit just over the pitcher's head. It's going to be trouble if she can get. Oh, what a what a unfortunate for the young lady defensively, but she just couldn't gather herself. The ball just was right out of reach of the pitcher there, and it had some awkward spin on it. Kind of jumped away from the second baseman, making it even more awkward. Bases loaded now with 1 out. Got some walk-up songs this game. First game that we've been here that we've heard this. I think it's really cool for the Lady Raiders. Again, Sadie Adams from the left side reminds me a lot of Fallon Johnson and her ability. As fast as she is, very good defensively, and she slaps this one to the second baseman. She's going home. It's going to get the out at the force. It was just unfortunate she bunted it right to her. Bases are loaded now for the Tasmanian Devil. It looks like she didn't have to change jerseys. They were just able to make the correction. They were able to make the correction with the umpire. But I tell you what, she can make big amends for it right now, folks. Instead of a one-run homer, she can get to Granny once again. Oh, and she hits her. It's like she threw it right at her almost. I mean, she's been inside. But that made them pay, though. That gets a run home, 2-1. So Taz gets the RBI anyway. It was the hard way. It's going to bring Zoe Hodges to the plate with an opportunity. Bunch of runners. Still on base. But again, if you've been paying attention, just inside by this pitcher. This ball is hammered down the line, out of play. I mean, she just turned on that sucker. And we'll tighten on up a little bit there for you, Ray, so we can see it at home. And this house hit hard up the middle, right to the center fielder for the third out of the inning. But I tell you what, I like the way the ball was firing off her bat. I know she just happened to hit it right to the defender. She had to leap up to get the grab. But Raiders chip away. We get one back, trail 2-1 as we head to the top of the third. We're going to take a quick break on the NFHS, powered by Play on Sports. All right, we're back. Top of the third. You see, well, I don't know if you can see it, but the fans are scattering. There's that rain shower that my phone warned me about. But we will play in the rain, a light shower, as long as there's no lightning issues. But here we go. I'm not sure if you can see it on screen, but it's coming down a fair amount, straight down. Hopefully it won't last too long. Looks like I see I don't know if they're trying to kind of delay here, but we'll see. It's like we're going to get a pitch in or two. I don't think this is going to last very long, just long enough to wet the ground and wet the stands. People get there. I think the umpire's going to get them off the field. Yeah, it's coming down a little harder right there. So we're going to take a break with them. Let me first mention again our sponsors for this athletic season, which will be Coley Electric of Alma. Miss Lisa Coley, want to thank her for all of her support. I want to send our best wishes out to Zane and Riker as they were in an accident a couple days ago. Riker is okay, and they're both okay. I think Zane had to do some follow-up with an orthopedic, but I want to wish them the best and send our prayers to them. I think Riker's headed back to Louisiana State University, LSU, where he is a manager for their softball team there. Super proud of him and his ability. If you didn't know, he was a junior, a male junior pitcher for the United States junior male team, and has a lot of experience, and he brings that experience to that LSU team who made it all the way to the College World Series last year. So we want to thank Miss Lisa Coley for that. And again, recognize Family Vision Care as well as Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales. I'll be back in just a few minutes. Hopefully, we'll kind of see what this is going to do. I think it's not going to last very long. We just got to kind of play it by ear. We're going to be back in just a moment.